Hey boys, Slaker early spawning in. We're gonna be starting a fresh campaign because Nakai long victory was done yesterday. We're gonna be more Warhammer 3 this month, and starting with the next month we'll start the BG3 Baldur's Gate 3. Has been decided. It's 1st of October. Okay. We got 3 campaigns in progress, Epidemius, Vlad, and Malekith. It'll be a long break later today, and when I get back, probably gonna play one of these, or who knows. There's a option to switch between the campaigns and sabotage stuff. I don't feel really that bad about starting a third campaign. That can be a fast campaign, right? Keep in mind that fresh campaigns are immune to switch as of now for first 15 turns. So switch happens on turn 16 if it happens. And in case of chain switching, it's now 3 turns immune to switch instead of 2. That's changed since the last back and forth. But this is not back and forth, we just have multiple campaigns going and there's an option to switch. There's also option with channels, channel points, or gifted subs to start wars. And it's available since turn 1. So we can start another campaign, somebody can make us declare war on all the other wood elves, so this campaign can be easily sabotaged. So this is why I don't feel like as pressured not to start it. You knew it? Heck, Narich. You said beast, man. Get the fuck out of here. You said beast, man. Let's have some fun with the Durtu. To make it more interesting, we're gonna do short plus. And we're gonna put some crises on. Why can't we just put it on turn 8, you know? 500, really? No balls random campaign? Well, I have a random campaign as an option. Fuck that. No balls random campaign. Imagine it rolls gold to the Katep. No, if you want a random campaign, get 100 gifted subs. Where are we at? I guess one turn is, I mean 3 turn or 2, 1 turn is almost the same. Give me the Shackle option request random campaign. Random campaigns, I don't want to be like a thing that happens just like that, top manager. So there has to be a price on that, because random campaigns can roll some nasty shit. It's like, I feel good right now. Playing Durtu. It's gonna be amazing in the next couple hours. But imagine we have a random campaign right now and we roll Trog. It's literally torture. I'm gonna get order some alcohol, man. So yeah. You go play a random campaign. We're gonna put the Dwarf Crisis and Gorse campaign. So we're gonna put the greenskins here, vampires. Let's put just greenskin and vampires. We'll make them unreasonable. I don't know, this feels like late. Turn 8 is late game. 500, Jesus. How would even a 500 campaign look like? We gotta do some of those campaigns where the time is frozen. the ideal to do with some factions. Also turn 50 to 60 for Ultimate Crisis, Greenskins and the Vampires. Yep. I'm always trying to find a way how to make the Beastmen interesting. At least for you guys, I have enjoyed Beastmen in whatever version. How many turns were we not attacking that last time? 200 turns? Does somebody remember that Beastman campaign where we were not allowed to attack anybody for 200 turns? Was it 200 turns or 100 turns? I forgot. Can you imagine a world in this terror game after 200 turns? We should probably... it was 100? Can somebody go check the YouTube playlist for the Beastman and see how many turns it was? Because I think we should do something like this.
Oh my god!
SL player.
Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
I love this tune playing. All has happened before. All will happen again. Suffering is unending, battle eternal. God damn, it's like he's talking about the Warhammer 3 here. Yeah. Why is this at 1 out of 30? Let's see. Intelligent. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, let me just get this one in the campaign there. $200 playlist. Yeah, I think 200 turns is enough. Would be crazy to wait any longer. This is our third official Doors campaign. Not 9999. Third. We got the best ancient treatment trade though.
Oh my god!
Soon 3 figures sub-length. Thank you very much, Konk.
What the hell?
Konk, you've been here a long time. I don't think anybody has 100 months. 100 months. $100 months. It's 8 years. 8 years and what, 4 months? You've been subbed since the start, Kolm. Since the very first month I became partner on Twitch. Twitch is actually sending me some kind of statue award. Purple heart something. Bleeding purple. Because I've reached 5 million hours watched. That's the was the achievement. Wonder if that thing is gonna be made of any quality or just gonna be some plastic stuff. 5 million hours of eloc. I mean, it's actually not a lot, but according to Twitch, it's still on the very top of Twitch. That tells you how many content creators, streamers there actually are. If that's top. Over 90% of my hours that are watched Gravy are on the streams with over 150 viewers. But most of them were during the Warhammer 2 days, while we had like an average 300 plus viewers. Isn't it more what represents that matter? Of course, of course. Don't really like these things. Usually I throw everything like that out, but might actually keep this one. Or then just dump it in the basement.
Don't think so.
I think hours-wise, Warhammer 3 hasn't really done anything for the stream. If anything, in the last 2 years since Warhammer 3 got released, my stream hours have lowered and the viewer hours have lowered as well. So it is getting to the point where it's slightly over half what it was during Warhammer 2. Which doesn't bode well for the future. At least my future.
Awaiting orders, we shall unearth great relics.
And back the viewer during the Model Empress release, I did not. No, I had actually have the highest viewers during a non-Warhammer 3 Total War game, and highest viewers Total War was I think when the might have been when the Vampire Coast released. What game was highest views? Elder Scrolls Legends. I got hosted by the main streamer of that game, and most of the people stayed for a while because there was nobody else streaming it. It was I think I had some kind of you know, half AFK channel at the time. It was over 1,000 viewers. How are we gonna open this? Doesn't really matter on the aspects for 5 units. We just engage here. These days, there is a very small gap between activity during Battle Brothers and your average Warhammer 3 stream. It almost makes no difference anymore outside the people support. You know, gifted subs, donations. Unless in Total War we're playing a fresh campaign, then that matters for the first 2 days. 2000 during the Immortal Empire's release? No, that never happened. I never had 2000 viewers. Warhammer 3 never really had that many people interested in. You know, like most people just whine it's not Warhammer 2. This was the highest view stream. Apparently. Not even sure what happened there. But I think there was one higher doing Elder Scrolls Legend. This is Warhammer 2. Yeah, I have raised disable because it feels fake, these people appearing on thin air. This was a broken axe tribe. I don't even remember this. This must have been before alcoholism started. got here? Curious to see if you get any of the weird behaviors with potential. But I feel like you can start several of these campaigns and have different things happening. We should not be making treats with anybody because people can sabotage this campaign. The trees don't even matter. Love to see the crown and the sword on Durtu, but it requires some work. This can be sabotaged, but somebody still has to sabotage it. This is the most important thing to do. Because the moment we get this in Confederate Torgon and Vidriot, then it's easy game, easy life. Starting on turn 9. Days, I feel like we should get a spell singer level to a proper level, and then get a second one in the army and replace the old one. Maybe the thing didn't really record it properly, because on this side is very good at tracking stats, but it's missing nearly 1,000 hours of Warhammer 1 stats. So this side started is missing 900 hours of Warhammer 1. So it's missing quite a bit of streams. But I have about 24,000 hours on a stream to Twitch. 24,000 hours of my life. That's literally half my life I have spent on Twitch in these hours. So I guess it's not half. That's literally average days if you take into account Saturdays and Sundays, 8.2 hours of 8.22 years. If you take away Saturdays and Sundays, it's probably close to 14 years. Wood Elves, I like Durtu and Drake the most. Drake is just superior Durtu, but you start with the Drake instead of Durtu. Drake is just better faction, but you start with a different lord. Drake is one of the best factions, if you ask me, in the entire game. It's a very strong faction as well. While Durtu is a very basic vanilla faction that is lacking. Even the Legendary Lord has a really poor skills. But he's such a strong on the base that his Legendary Lord skills don't even matter. Both Durtu and Orion were not really done well when the rework happened. I think the main problem is with Wood Elves in Warhammer 3 is the lack of player focus.
Ready and able.
I mean, literally every campaign we can blame it or put difficulty. Just we don't even have to mention it anymore. You know, I will tell you guys, and I'll put in the title for entire month if they ever fix this. So we should just not speak of this ever again. As of right now, it is with this. This is actually really bad for the content creators as well, I would say. Gotta do some different content, I guess, instead of just playing the game.
Deepward archers!
Why are we on ult one? We're on ult one. These are high elf infrastructure.
We will obey! Elf Glade guard! Aim! Fire!
Yeah, I think the Warhammer 3 might have been the most interesting during the Kislev Realm of Chaos campaigns. After a bit, something really got messed up. And it started with them removing that plague on the Legion of Chaos. And that has been, what, over 2.5 years ago. The game is actually getting really high ratings recently. It might actually hit 69. But 2.5 years ago, they just made worse stuff, I would say, regarding the difficulty. I think it started happening when they changed the Legion of Chaos plague. It started messing up the difficulty. Because they do one for everything in a lazy way, they're messing up every difficulty, not just normal. If you guys want to see Legend difficulty in Warhammer 3, go watch Ice Court campaign. That might have been the only Legend difficulty campaign in Warhammer 3 we played. What do I consider Legend difficult these days? Ice Court is the name of the faction. That was the first campaign we started in Warhammer 3. Not because it was the first one we played, it was actually difficult. Dupli has 20 fizz resist, 50 missile resistance, and he's still taking so much damage from the projectiles. I guess Morgur trait is on the best to get on Durthu. Morgur and Eltarion. I mean, faction lack of flavor is it's subjective. One might say that Durthu is lacking flavor, and I tell you Pepegan. So it's subjective. Back in the early days of the war, it was something beautiful having just simple shield walls and shooters. Nowadays, when you have more variety, I feel like it's almost worse. And some people would say it's better. So like I said, subjective. Can I say objectively, you know, it's supposed to be a thing? Sometimes simple things is the way to go. It's not the experience, my opinion. I'm not biased in this. I'm not biased in this. Of course, experience would make you better at the game, but they made the game actually just easier. It's not experience. Nobody's coming to get you, and there's so much military around. Player focus. I mean, for fuck's sake, they removed player focus. That's the way to mess up difficulty in the worst way. No matter how much people can dislike this, the player focus is needed in Legendary. So it's not your experience, and the thing is, we are more experienced now, and the game is easier at the same time, so it's double whammy. You have so much more stuff. This power creep, the remove flare focus. The legend wasn't good from the start on more Lampars, and we also got more hours in the game. That's why they really can mess up high difficulties. Because what else is there for the play value? It's good they're actually focusing Durtu, but it's not good until we get more resistances. But we can just beeline Morgan and Altarion, and then we got God in the battlefield. But if you have an army going, we don't really need to do stuff like that. Other Trickster Shard. Yeah, that's one of the better enchanted. Probably the best enchanted item for Durtu. I think we ought to get the money. Look at this follower. It's an atrocity. 2% movement range and 4 leadership water size effect. Well, this one is solid. There's no missile resistance skill on the top, huh? One of the most important things they ought to do for Warhammer 3, other than fixing the player focus and difficulty, high difficulty, is a rework of the ancillaries, items and traits. After that, a rework of the Regiments of Renown. If they don't do this by the end of Warhammer 3 is done, I'm gonna be super disappointed. Probably more jaded towards their future games. Yeah, spend any money on the aspects yet. I'm like, right now, to be honest with you guys, I'm at the edge of, you know, when in that medieval 2, when the populace is disillusioned, when it's blue, when attacks are too high, but they're not the public order just enough so the populace is not rebelling. So I'm like literally at the edge of this and being content. Zimhopter, you can watch some of my dwarf campaigns and Vampire Counts campaigns from Warhammer 2, and you can see that you don't need to even do any of the cheeses to do well. Like that Vampire Counts campaign with inferior unit quality towards the end. We haven't even used destructive magic. Or watch Orion campaign where we don't use range. Main complaint of the people at the time was the melee sucks with the player. You gotta abuse range. And then, you know, when you no longer need to abuse range, you gotta, you know, use destructive magic. You can have just fine melee without destructive magic or the range. No units can really kill supported Iron Breakers. That's how powerful they are in Warhammer 2. In Warhammer 3, it's literally like using cheats. That's why stuff like that should be limited. Also makes the longbows look bad, and it is what it is. Hey, Bill. Water Queen's Village. I'm also a fan of Grinder. That's not how you spell Grinder, Bill. But I'm not surprised you are.
We never miss.
Like I said, I'm like literally at the edge of being discontent or content with the game, because they keep releasing these updates and they do not really add any options for us to customize the advanced campaign options. It's been update after update, nothing is happening, not even a Chaos Crisis, and they really can't not fixing this player focus thing. It's been over a year now. Like I said, you can still have a lot of fun in the game, but it looks like, you know, unless people start screaming about it on Reddit or, you know, in their ears, nothing will be done.
Your orders.
My last two, I think, Reddit topics that I made in this way, they got literally closed within 30 minutes. So the Reddit police, I guess, is strong. Do I even have history of this on Reddit, or did they delete my history too? Oh yeah, the history is still here. Stuff like this, you know, like a bit low-key, you know, clapping them. Sorry, this post has been removed by the moderators of Total War. This is 10 months ago. They fucked up everything a couple of months before this. So it's been a year, boys. It's been a year. It's been a year with this sorry state of AI, and nothing has been done. One might say, but the AI has now more armies. Are you guys that stupid? They're not doing anything with those armies. It's the same shit. That zone of operations, the lack of desire to expand, and player focus literally kill any campaign above turn 50 or 60. Just observe what's going on in the game and you will see. Hate me later. They somewhat fixed the battle side of things, but the campaign has gotten worse. We got the Order Tricks shard, which means the war's gonna lose resistance. It's 20 though. We're gonna have an older guy as well. This is why I added the option to kinda, you know, leave it in your hands, guys. Channel points or give the subs, declare wars. Like, if I just start declaring wars to make things interesting all the time, it's like, it feels like it's taking reward of me actually doing anything in the campaign. It's just really self-sabotaging myself to create an illusion of difficulty. It's also very predictable. But probably just create tedious grinders if you do it yourself. Let's see if we don't flock of doom. Annoyance of netlings, that comes from where? Comes from the tree, man.
Ready to
You guys see this? Anybody noticed?
are yours! Stop! Let fly!
The most fascinating thing is they got bugged in moving fast, but they were not building up bigger. So you either stop playing or stop complaining. So at least I can control it while I'm sober. Why this is not in 2 rows so I can actually see what he has. The ability should be like 2 or 3 rows. Make it happen. The only thing they actually can do stuff like this. Minus no shield, so the best shoot them. I started watching Rings of Power. I seen the first episode and some of the second episode, and I'm even more confused who is the target audience for the show than I was in the first season. Because the fans of the Lord of the Rings movies and the books clearly are not target audience. Because they already has this audience, they know that they're gonna complain, so they are not the target audience of this. So I'm wondering who is the target audience of Rings of Power? Because Lord of the Rings fans are definitely not. I said the warrior there. The CA give them a code where they deploy around the city in the hope of actually doing the street fighting. But the way the balance of power works, the street fighting is never gonna work. Because they're gonna have to invest in a losing fight the entire time by sending waves of units. And us disengaging to engage somewhere else is never gonna be worth it.
Bowman, ready? Blade guard! For Isha!
I woke up, Cookies. Hey, Cookies. I knew Cookies would respond one of these comments. Hey, Cookies. Management of Amazon is target audience. They are made to believe they are receiving good product, while it is no more than a vehicle to siphon off money of creatives involved.
Deepwood archers! Hold position! Steady!
That's too deep for me, Cookies. I need another cup. Or something stronger. It's like the older I get, and you know, you get some when getting older, but the older I get, the more I started to think that some products and some companies are literally just laundering money. They can't be that incompetent. So the only thing that makes sense is they're laundering money with a perfect disguise. Right? Has anybody noticed this? And the people that track this probably know, but these guys have literally saved themselves. They have like Iron Breaker level defense to they literally do it with impunity. It's almost like, you know, and I might be wrong here, but to me, how it feels like, especially in America, especially after I see the difference between the Godzilla movies and how much money was spent, it's like in America, they will spend, I'll just take a random number. They will spend $50 million to make 40 instead of giving the government 35 millions. They spend more money to receive some than giving the government the money they're supposed to get to receive a little bit less. That's how it looks like to me. So they're kind of like Robin Hood. They're kind of like Robin Hood, except some people on the lower end of things get more money because they get more jobs. And even if the project is not successful, somebody high up will still get a good chunk of the money, while the government will lose a lot. But if the government is losing a lot of money, does this mean the money actually could be worth less if everybody's doing it? Because if government gets less money from it. Then again, the government could invest more money into military and other things instead of, to help the people get more money. I don't know, man. It looks like it's a fucked up system that's way above our heads and nothing can be done with it. And it's done by the people who literally live off the people, buying expensive meals and driving expensive cars while the people are paying for it until they retire, and they get like 3 to 5 times higher pensions than anybody else. Sometimes I think the governments are doing way too much. They try to do way too much on a macro scale, which is not really beneficial for the people in the short term. You have to balance the running something with the how content or satisfied your people are. But they leave the people's satisfaction and happiness in the hand of the people, while they're taking away from the people at the same time. So if you're not happy and content, it's not the government's fault, it's your fault because you're not doing anything about it. Because the government is not really helping you, they're helping everybody. Well, usually they're helping just themselves, because, they don't see how it is for the people who don't have enough. So usually who will do the best? They're the people around them. It's usually a conflict of interest or nepotism. Or they're trying to make sure it doesn't get discovered. Like during the COVID epidemic, there was a massive conflict of interest in our region. And some people made millions just because they had friends in the government. Or they were the government. Because if they know something, they get inside information and it's conflict of interest, and what will they do? They don't know what to do because it's literally just playing with a stake deck. They just win. And it was their job to get rich. That's what I like to think. Their job to get rich. Because it's no risk at all. They know where the government will put the money, so they can put their own personal money and get dirty rich. While all the people have to risk with their investments. Let's get the bonus of the forest so we can actually make more money. I'm a little bit worried some of the clothes were on these guys, so we gotta get some troops going if the shit hits the fan. It's gonna happen unpredictably. Dulurik and Durtua. This is the most important building. This is nice, but then we don't have money to recruit dryads. This campaign is too much of a risk for that. Gotta think ahead. This is a safe area, but people could declare war on these two factions. So gotta get the military instead. One day this is actually gonna be okay spell. This is so poor. Just because it's not worth putting power in this compared to everything else. So this reflect gotta be tripled for the power to be worth to use there instead of elsewhere. It's funny how both Lord of Life and Lord of Nurgle have only just one bad ability and it's identical. Nearly identical. These are the strongest lords in the game. Unlocks recruitment of the Glade Guard. So even if we lose the forest, we can still recruit from Slaughter or the Wildroots building. Okay, okay. Is this adjacent? It should be adjacent, right? Twenty growth is a lot. This is 25 growth as well. This really ought to give a greater Arcane Conduit, not just Arcane Conduit. It's just boring. Ancient Treeman, man. This, I mean, yeah, I'll just keep him like this. Somebody can name him. This one is also inconsistent with the one from Nakai or another faction. It's different text completely. Control is also not enough, should be +3. And the core building is still missing control as well. Small businesses are so small scale, Cludis, they're almost irrelevant. They don't really play any role at all in the grand scheme of things. They even see our comment there. The moment you want to get the next stage, then when it starts to get, you know, complicated. There's really no good money in this on that level. So that's why the governments even don't care about stuff like this. Like for example, I'm kind of like a small business, and the taxes I pay are trivial. But if I wanted to make a little bit more money, well, after a while I'm gonna have to pay way more. So unless it's consistent, it's not even worth it. Not even worth the complications. Possible complications.
More sleep shines.
I swear this they're supposed to be in range here. Okay, this the dwarves one always happens there. This is a too good experience to ignore.
Fracina. Fracina Trimma.
Triads are such a strong base unit. Oh, yeah, that's true, Clueless, for sure, for sure. Sometimes, you know, it feels really good that I can put a little bit more effort and or hours and get more money out of it without losing any of that money. It's literally all gonna be my money to a certain extent. But if I approach that limit, then, you know, it feels like, why bother? Because, you know, I'm not gonna go do the extra mile to go beyond that. Our best way to get ahead this campaign is to build this and confederate Torgowan and Vidriot. It is so basic and straightforward here that it feels cheap. Cheap and should be reworked.
You caught?
Diplomacy doesn't even look like it worth it, because the sabotage will mess up our ability rating.
The forest calls.
Let's just keep diplomacy at neutral levels and see if the AI is gonna go aggressive. Let's not do any diplomacy this campaign outside of possible sabotage, and see if anybody acts on it. Because in Warhammer 2 will be wars left and right if you're ignoring opportunities for wars and people that don't have enemies. I mean, there is one thing that we can definitely do that has no downside, but it has just an upside. We can join wars.
Greetings. All you survey are loyal to me, so I advise caution.
This is
with
1,000
your next
gold,
words.
and that's a lot for us right now. These guys are trivial.
Future, present, past. Shaiish sees only endings.
They go around, it's good, you know, we don't care about our post.
I trust you.
This one is good as well. We should have probably done this one on turn 1.
I am revenge incarnate. Know this and weigh your word.
Golan just... You're gonna give me a stroke with such... Someone told me if you join too many wars, AI is afraid to declare war on you because of overwhelming the player. I wonder if that is actually true. Don't even say such things to me here in game. It's like it's obviously it's true because the CS sucks at really, you know, making a difficult experience. Jesus, man, like fucking hell, man. This is literally what is probably going on. The moment they lower the player focus on the worst things they ever done in Total War game. The worst. What seemed like a good thing at a time turned out to be the worst thing that happened to Warhammer series. Because they haven't done it right. They should have lowered it on lower difficulty, not on high difficulty. Or they should just put in an option advanced game, right? They fucked up hard with that one. Any Belga campaign plans? If 500 gets cleared, healer, there'll be a goal for a Belga campaign. Outside that, no. But several people have asked about the Belga campaign healer. You're not the only one. This actually works on the side, huh? Well, on this channel, a lot of people want to see dwarves. If I was playing dwarves right now, it'd be like 70 more people watching. I will play with Beastman today. Who knows? The day is long. Healer might be Beastman later today.
La Glastia. Maia. Fraxina Alva. Fraxina. Fraxina Trego.
Healer says, once again, thank you, Elich, for teaching me how to play Beastman. It's my second favorite faction to play, to be honest. Nice. We should have gotten some aspects here. Ambush, huh? We'll kill them all. $2,300 for this, pretty nice. This is just the money we needed. We can just get 2 war banners. 2 war banners from the same battle. What a chance of that? This faction really needs a rework on the followers. Was a pretty good experience for turn 3.
Fraxina Ultra.
My mind is always Wood Elves and the Beastmen. Especially when I feel like burned out. Recruiting a second army, interesting. Weren't they just the one army before?
Rastia. Glasa Fraxina. Grasgiat.
5 turns for that. We have time for Grimhold. That's relative. I won't be a prince and emperor for a long time, Soroti. We already played 6 Argwylon campaigns in Warhammer 3, so unless you roll a random call in France, it's not happening in a long time. I don't mind playing Call, but so many other factions I want to play before. Hey Diego, good morning. You come with people arrive, almost puts a smile on my face. This feels like the loading times are a little bit slower than usual. Yeah, they're definitely recruiting more than before. But they always stop recruiting, so 3 more units. It's gonna be a long time before a rebellion here. So with this, we still lose to this army, so it's kind of pointless if the people want to sabotage. Core building has no control. This one has 3 control on tier 1 and 3 control on tier 4. Makes sense. Makes sense. Playing Beastman is based. You drag a large box across your entire army and right-click the enemy. If things are going badly, you can even click your lord and check if you have any of those so-called spells. No comment. This is a more forest health. I'm not really worried that much about forest health right now. Some other stuff I want to get later.
Lord of the Glade.
Armored in faith.
By my hammer, I should slay you where you stand.
Eating his gits. I'm struggling.
If you hope to walk off with my treasures, you will not have a chance to hope again.
Lady, we're like 10,000 years old tree here. We lost all our hope 9,000 years ago. Still wonder why we're even alive. Sometimes I'm curious how the world even look like if you're like on a turn 400 or 500. How do you even get those turns? I don't know. Maybe if you give your cat or your dog to click end turn button for a couple of hours, you get there.
Salutem. Elmskat.
I'm definitely recruiting way more these days.
Vocavelium abis. Vota abis tua. Fraxina. Ready to face your doom?
Oh shit, they got a demon slayer!
I will not disgrace my ancestors.
Speed and damage, Let's go Birch, man. The battle difficulty so sucks these days. Unless you're outnumbered, nothing will be happening.
Don't think so.
Yeah, the end turn times pre-malus were long, even on a good SSD. Does anybody remember load times back in Shogun 2 before they patched the game for better loading times? You'd literally load sometimes 3 to 5 minutes into battle. At least the loading screen music was excellent.
I just look.
Can get any more money somewhere. Broken Axe has no enemy. An aggressive destroyer, huh? How can something be an aggressive destroyer with no enemies? And greenskins, no less.
The Empire is torn asunder, and you distract me with this pettiness.
Ever since that, else with the game, Vlad has become literally like a minor faction. Finally, remember guns are balanced. Yeah, since they nerfed Vlad, you know,
No,
it's all balanced
I will
now.
not shame my clan.
Maybe 3 characters
You're not
enough to
worth
mess us
a
up
fight.
here, huh?
I'm your doom, Cully.
Do you take me for a wazak?
You're a Vazak! I had like twice as much compared to usual. I find it so bizarre they release Elspeth, Empire reigns supreme once more, and the first thing they do, they nerf Vlad. How did they not see how insane that looks like? It is pathetic. Who the fuck are they trying to please? The difficulty is non-existent. Just a couple of idiots trying to kill Vlad before the rest of his army, and they're like complaining Vlad is broken.
Glade Guard!
The forest speaks.
Glade Guard!
Ready to serve.
We got 1 Dragon Slayer, an entire the Demon Slayer, an entire Miners Guild here. We do have them at no resistance here. We got trees here. Dryads are on the aggressive side of things.
With haste! Faster!
This rock is nice in the center as well. No explosions, so we can stack.
Our aim is true!
It's tricky. One here. And one here. And the other way around. Guys have lost a little bit of resistance here, but they're really hard to kill otherwise. How does it feel, dwarves, with no spell resistance? Yeah, Slayer there, it's hitting brutal. Kill him, Durka, kill him.
At once! A spade!
Trying to figure out why are these elves still in my Durka army.
Now!
if you're using a spell like this and you want it to snap, hold Alt and then you move it freely around. And whatever is blinking in the area will be affected when you cast a spell. The spell does have maximum amount of targets. Not all of them have, some have more than others.
Blade guard!
I wish this ability is more responsive. Hit the tree as well. Log of Doom does damage to everybody. Would else have some of the strongest magic in the game. Very few factions can even compete. There are characters who have access to a lot of magic, and you have a mastery of elemental winds. Which makes the spell stronger.
Ever ready? Yes?
Well, can't compete with Gelt right now. Gelt is the god of magic right now. But as a race, Wood Elves are among the best. Still can't compete with Gelt right now.
With haste! Swiftly! Weaver! Children of Ethel Lauren! At once!
Wood Elves are better than High Elves at magic.
At pace!
Unless they added those things to the high elves.
Our bows are yours! Straight away! Yes!
Don't you just love battles like these, guys? Don't you just feel like you want to start a good campaign?
For the eternal realm!
I remember when the vampires were dominating mortal empires. Everybody was crying like little girls. Meanwhile, it was the best time to play Durtu.
Blade guard! Asray mage!
Makes you want to cheese the Ryan campaign with the crown and the sword of Cain and just declare war on everyone for free armies.
Quickly!
Wars, you lost in the wrong place. I found those people the most boring players alive, just thinking like Wood Elves are all about Wave Watchers. Those people are the worst. Those pre-blade singers. projectile is not fast enough for that range, Bill. It works in your head. Their OG range is low enough.
We are tireless! Straight away! Fields of power! I despise! At pace! Glade guard!
War said enough, but Durtu never has enough. And yeah, they're supposed to release the greenskin update there, bro. The next update they're releasing for the greenskins. Not too sure what else is coming with it, but greenskin is the highlight of it. Corn and Ogres? Who cares about Corn and Ogres, man? It's all about them greenskins. Hopefully they hire a good voice actor for the new Lord. I was watching a short on YouTube about a guy doing a war boss voice acting. It was so impressive, man. It's like, it was one of the best shorts I've seen. Maybe I can find it. Shorts. Don't start playing immediately. Shut up. What? I type war boss voice over short and the third video is Hitler. What the fuck?
Ooh, I like this red one.
I think it's something like this. I think it's something like this. Hold on.
You lot, listen up. You see how I kick myself out for a good scrap? Very demure, as those homies say. Very mindful. I ain't going to a fight with a big flash chopper waving about like some kind of git. I keep it tight. I keep it focused.
Makes me want to play greenskins immediately.
Look at me, all ready for a good way. The way I gears up for a brawl is how I go to bash heads. But you kids, you not go for a wire all kitted up like some sort of big boss. But when the fight kicks off, you look more like some runt with no teeth left. Not proper, not smart, and definitely not demure.
That guy's good. I think there's another one I've seen from him. But goddamn, man. That's the stuff. That's the stuff. Makes me all hyped up for a Greens campaign. You never know who's behind the voices, man. Hitler was a war boss. Nah, he's more like what's that lord of the Imperial Guard called? Asta Militarum, the guy that shoots people if they start marching the other way. Lord Commissar. Lord Commissar with 10 charisma. $900 kills on Durtu, nice. Was 107,000 damage, mostly with magic, and these are dwarves with 35 spell resistance, or should I say 0 spell resistance. What else can remove all their spell resistance? That's a good amount of money here. I didn't even notice this guy got killed. It's so easy to kill these demon slayers. They have no armor. They don't even have real damage. The damage kind of sucks. The Wood Elves ancillars are so underwhelming. This is pretty much a good money opening. We don't have to go further down this line. I'm gonna flog a doom for Lord Coolon and the Overcast.
Argwylon's enchant. Mahira.
So what do we get with this? I guess management of forest. Confederations here are... You would think those deeps mechanic for dwarves could be, you know, something that Wood Elves would have gotten before dwarves. Meanwhile, we don't even have 12 slot settlements. We can't even get control or a good bonus on absolute control either. This is like 3 huge missed opportunities here.
Forta armis tua. Flaxina. Argwylon. Sivla Glastia.
Colors are still full health on. They're outnumbered.
Grastia. Rakas Durthu.
Jet there.
Antim Lugna
Turn 25 will reveal the crown. Turn 25.
Salutem. Sibla Belium Abyss.
He's not even part of Ataloran.
Artim Lugna Abyss Ahai.
Replenishment is poor
Grastia.
for now. This is up in 2 turns.
In my halls, the words of the faithless seldom make it past their lips. In my halls, the words of the faithless seldom make it past their lips.
This is the god of Ataloran and he's talking shit.
In my halls, in my halls, in my halls, speak your lies and be gone from Ataloran. Speak your lies and be in my halls, In my halls, speak your lies. In my halls, speak your lies and be.
Looks like only 2 lines of text when he doesn't like you.
Speak your lies and.
Lord of the Glade, this is Argwylon, home of the
This
Oak
is
of
supposed to be a
Ages
neutral
and the
response.
Azrae. The deep wood protects its sons and daughters. Tread carefully.
This is a neutral response. Orion response has been bugged since he got released.
King! In my halls, the word.
We are neutral with Orion, but he's unfriendly with us.
At your service. What could you possibly want? We will see our homeland persist.
The growth there is actually a pretty good thing. $260, 260. I guess the weapon master these days is sold on the Glade Lords, but they're kinda lacking. This would be cool if they had a solid campaign skill for the chilling in the woods. None of them really do. Like here, this one on 5 control will actually be fine, but minus 5 control doesn't do anything. This one at plus 5 control would be cool. Has anybody played Gorok recently? How's Gorok these days?
A quest has been issued, mighty lord. A great adventure beckons. Be wary, though.
Turn 8 against a high-quality vampire army for a really outdated weapon. This one really needs a buff. Gorok. Gorok of the Lizardmen.
Christian Athello. What a abyss towards. In hell.
Your very presence here is a dance with death.
They decide they like Karak Norn. Which might make them hostile. Next turn is to upgrade it.
Lady of the Glade.
Next turn. This one's the ruin as well, huh? I think the Emperor might actually get one faster. Always forget about this on the beginning. This province under us will be quite nice to just close this area. It's not a big deal though. The most important thing is Argwylon. Area around, you can always do whatever around. Three battles against Greenskins and we can Confederate Vidriot. 3 battles on Bretonia and we can Confederate Torgon. And you can literally get this from a single event in the forest.
Elm Giant Grastia. Cambiasua. Via Ashka. Meira Antimrugna. Ta Fraxina.
What are even tasks were this day? Hard to say, huh? We could get trade with nobody, huh? This is how the garrison looks like with a building. It doesn't look like anything. Let's give 5 growth to all provinces. This would be cool if it gives control to all provinces as well. Forest really needs like another 10 control. And your core territories get the access to very little control compared to outposts. The only way to get the control there is to upgrade the tree. Then this used to give control as well. Aha, it's the core building. It goes up to 5 controls. It's still not enough. This one ought to give +1 control faction wide. Manis. Trickin. We only have access, I think, to confederate somebody. It's gonna be Green Skull Bretonians in that event. I can let them live and do 3 battles. Without engaging diplomacy with the Empire, they might declare war. I'm curious if they're gonna do it. Turn 10 of make depots available. This one should be a priority.
Grasa Fraxina.
Another war banner. Can we join any of the wars? We need like 5k. Clan Scryer. Skull Takers.
You dare approach a lord of the
for,
Dowie in such a manner?
These mountains. These guys will have to go around.
You dare approach a lord of the Dowie?
Broken axe at war with Musilon.
Boys, bring Gromy's chopper.
Okay, Black Venom.
I have torn myself from my studies for this.
And I go for the Gum Mountains as well. Yeah, there'll be money from 2 turns of money. We kind of need like what, 5,000 Karkasgras. Empire takes it, there'll be a higher chance they attack. Because we share a province with better relations. What are we getting here? 5. This one is a ruin as well. Pretty chill, huh? This could be a confederation. I think this is gonna be Bretonnians. We double our building income in the all the first confederation. We have a Grom AFK with 15 armies in the Malak campaign. I want to declare war on him to see what happens. Bretonnians, huh? This is 3 battles. Nice. First battle, leave them alive. Ignore them. Second battle, follow up. 3 battles, confed, GG. In the list of Wood Elves, some people were trying to fight off Torgon and Vidri at the start of the campaign. It's really fun to see. And they were next to insane, the Wood Elves. Wood Elves was one of the most powerful faction to face in battle in Warhammer 1 at a time. Why not disband the Glade Guard? Who's paying for this shit?
Blade Guard!
Some rather pointless in some. And if they were Deepwood Scouts or Way Watchers, sure, but Glade Guard, come on, man. Too basic Glade Guard. For the arms.
Blade Guard! Targets!
Would they have Christ and turn them would make for this campaign? Why don't you do it, the heretic? Keep him posted.
Understood.
Although you don't want to do it, you want to see somebody else do it.
Ready to serve.
What is actually all on the side.
Blade Guard! Aim!
on?
Shoot! Battle ready.
We have a slightly higher call than we have at this point. Really needs a little bit of resist.
Your command? Spell Singer. Yours to command. Blade Guard! Blade Guard! Fear the deep wood!
Oh, we're not close to the trees. We don't have enough power to just keep casting spells.
We are tireless!
It would have been way better just blowing close to the trees. In the trees there is this thing called Blessing of the Ancients. We are in the trees, we get power charge spell master. It's kind of like Strogarak Conduit.
Now charge.
Deepwood Mage!
It really needs a little bit of ward save. I'm just taking extra damage because we went with the aggro version of aggro aspect. What if they had a check mark? If they had a check mark that says to give everybody max potential. It's a rough spot here. This gives Dryads and Tricking damage, and this gives Tricking 20% ward save. 20% ward save to any unit is insane. That on 10 would have been crazy. This is one battle with Bretonia, and we're about to get 2 more here. You think getting pelt with dirt is more value now? What do you mean, Booker? Pelt? The chip. I guess it's okay if you want to think as the army as a whole. But until they put the Greater Arcane Conduit here, Durt doesn't have Greater Arcane Conduit, for fuck's sake. Until they put Greater Arcane Conduit here, I think 2 points Log of Doom, and that's it. Put 1 here and 2 here, and that's it. Until they put Greater Arcane Conduit here. You deploy a Durt in a tree, and that's it. Greater Arcane Conduit, then you might take the rest of the lore. This is a kind of expensive thing to consider. Yeah, I don't really care about Dur to Cynic skills. They're really poor. One really big disappointment.
Lady of the Glade.
Putting Predator and Caracas instead of getting this one here. This is 10 turns, 14 turns, 18 turns. And no technologies to lower this, or commandment to lower it. With what else you want multiple spell cards in the army? 3 ideally. Putting on Durt anything more than Fog of Doom seems like a waste. Has already crazy other stuff. Eight technology to get a Warbender number 4 and a Talisman Preservation. How much does this cost? 260 per turn now. I guess Scout is okay.
Warrior of Sigmar. Glade Lord.
This guy's gonna get killed
Conduct
anyways.
yourself with clarity.
We are a...
It's money while they're alive. Wow. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? This is some really shady shit. You know what these guys imply? Villages gave them Chaos Spawn without even seeing them. It just confirms. It just confirms that they have no fog of war. But why did they give it to this one? It's like on one side of things you would think it's player focus, but you know what it is? It's just random. I wish it was player focus. Now we don't know about village. I think it's just random. Is this the right way to do? Oh yes. Oh yes. It's battle number 2. This is just random. This should not work like this. It's a poor design. Make no sense. Block them with tricking. Tricking are our wall. Dryads are our teeth. Teeth? You know those things in your mouth? I think it's pretty cool they can add the spawners each in the army, but this is a little feels like so off.
I will.
Deepwood infantry. Blade guard.
It's nice to switch on the shooters.
Forehead guardsmen. Hear me and come forth.
The winds rise.
Lynch promised them to lead them out of the forest. I appreciate Heretic. That's good imagination. Must have been really enjoying Medieval 2, because the game sucked without imagination.
Wind Weaver. Moving swiftly.
Faster! Deepwood archers. Awaiting orders.
We want to defeat them here, but not kill them. So we kill them in the 3rd battle, and we complete the quest. 1 army, 3 battles, Confederation.
Blade guard.
Most mods, yeah, vanilla sucked everything. Once you start playing those mods, you see how badly they made the game. Super lazy. could have done miracles with those patches. Main thing is, a couple of those people that work on the big mods actually end up working for the CA. But they seem to have turned into drones, so nothing was gained. Allow the fact that has a massive sword. Optimus Pine. I saw a T-shirt with Optimus Prime, and it said on the T-shirt, I think, rollout. And I didn't think about Transformers, thought about Dota 2. That was like secret, my mind secret telling me to start a Dota campaign. That's the battle numero 2. And battle number 3. And we Confederate Torgon on turn 13. Probably could have done earlier. This seems really cheap. Should be probably 5 battles. At least. I got a tier 3 settlement. Wow.
The Waker of Trees. Tree Singer.
Confederation, right? More like hostile takeover. It always happens. Either the Bertoni or the Greenskin event, they always happen. Been 100% in my campaigns.
Proud son of Argwylon.
Wow, Diet actually rolled a solid trait.
The woods protect.
It's not random. The second event always seems to be Bertonians or the Greenskins. The moment it starts to roll in this area, the passive one. So you have options to attack them or not.
I'm on this enchant.
That's a very expensive, but we'll take it. I wonder if this actually makes it worse here. Only AI can have a tier 3 settlement with 4 military buildings and 0 infrastructure buildings, which are some of the most powerful infrastructure buildings in the game. could have saved us so much population, man. I hate it when they confederate AI settlement and a single infrastructure building because they cost so much population. It's a lot of movement here.
Lord of Argwylon. Beginning my journey. Azray.
Something. This thing does have increased mobility. That's really good. I'm gonna Ariel's chosen for now.
Glade Captain reporting. Defender of the domain.
Also has a possessed by a trickster god that can give nearby dryads 3 kin or 3 men. We need 3 building slots here for all the infrastructure, huh? These buildings are so critical to a Wood Elf settlement that there's not even an option not to build them. Makes you wonder why they're not even going to all the way to tier 5. All of them, I mean. I think they just got tier 3, so it's a good thing we delayed it by 1 turn. Might have been 2 turns. I guess perfect might be turn 11, turn 12. I don't think they would have had tier 3 at that point. But this is new, they would have not had tier 3 before. This is because of patch 5.2. This early at least. This could be dwarves, or could be Bretonnians or greenskins, but it feels more like gonna be dwarves. Kinda wanna go for Morgur while ignoring some things for a moment.
No rest! No surrender!
Important things are going up, and we really spent too much money on Karakazgaras. Without going non-aggression with the Empire, lowers their chance of aggression there. Because, you know, the AI is very aggressive. Dwarves, huh? It's too much money to ignore them. It's gonna piss off Belgar, though. Okay, they have over 15 units. This is a good event. It's kind of like an event for the growth. This might be a little bit different than usual. Durut campaign will prioritize some different things because the crown now exists. So it might even be a little bit longer when you look at it. Those are cannons, huh? This is why I want to get Morgul.
For the eternal realms!
Do yourself a favor when you start, before you start a battle with wood elves, either when you have a handmaiden in the army or the glade captain, and turn this off. It's one of the worst projectiles in the game, and messes up with the character behavior as well. Well, they are pretty good melee combatants. I kept the wave watch because I kind of want to have some fun with them. I haven't used them in a long time, really.
Let's fly!
Fire! Stop! Hidden. They don't have snipe, but you can force it. Fire! Stop! Hidden.
Our bows are yours! Aim fire! Children of Argwylon!
Stop.
Halt! The forest will...
They get stock, but they don't have a snipe or advanced stock. They're snipers, really. Snipers without snipe. One day they'll have a technology for it, huh? This is typical of elves to do this, fuck with dwarves. They don't finish a volley like this, but most of them still do this. Yeah, I need better ranks for effectiveness. Must have been the wind, almost. Did you play a stealth archer in Skyrim for the last run? Somehow triggers the chat every time you play a stealth archer, I don't know why. Literally crippled their artillery and did so damage on that wave watcher.
Bowman, ready? First up!
You wanna fight like this, you have to turn off fire at will, by the way.
Ready and able! Targets! At pace!
the best things we can get on Turtu is missile resistance.
Ready to fire!
As you say.
I guess they're taking damage from those rangers there. I don't have the other tree here, so I got pretty good resistance. I got Spellmaster.
Straight away! Faster!
Battle ready.
At once! Bows of Argwylon! Way Watchers! When ready! With haste! Dauntless Azre! End them! Stop!
Magic will destroy them!
Feel the power!
Shut them down.
Way Watchers! For the eternal realm!
Spell Singer.
Longus are pretty good against Dryads without Bell School.
We understand! Children of Argwylon! Please! At once!
Tree, I feel like was AFK in a bad spot. 40% speed, let's go.
Missiles ready! Way Watchers!
Of course.
Your orders?
Wonder if they still fire their bows now.
Defenders of
They have
Argwylon!
dual wielding sword, but no anti-infantry. Huh?
The forest shall prevail!
For Elderzor! Aye! Weapons ready!
They seem to have the same damage as the Slayer Pirates.
Fear the deep wood.
Wonder what causes this bug. Like this unit is dead, but there's still one guy here.
Way Watchers! Ever ready!
They have seem to be effective attack animations for being missile infantry.
Way Watchers!
Why? Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Way Watchers! Swiftly! Warriors of Ariel! Way Watchers! Now! For the eternal realms!
Ready to serve.
Way Watchers!
These events that spawn armies are really good money in the beginning because won't be able to encounter armies like this for a while. And you can get 30% more battle loot just from first 4 skill points.
Way Watchers! Halt! Ready your weapons!
Oh, Marconis not here.
Fire! Wood archers! Orders understood!
Awaiting orders.
Wave Watchers, Sis Alnor Shades, which you like best? Well, best shooter is the best shooter is probably Sis Alnor. They have 80 guys. Most elite of them are the Wave Watchers, and the Shades are most versatile. But which I like the most? I think I still like Wave Watch a little bit more than Sis Alnor.
We are tireless!
Sis Alnor are super power creep. They just give them too much. You can spam them, spamming them like that with regular infantry. I think spamming Sis Alnor is even worse than spamming Iron Breakers. Just having one Sis Alnor in the army makes a difference. He lives. Didn't kill the lord, so didn't get the extra money. But this means there's a battle number 2. The Rangers actually did good damage. I totally missed them at the beginning. Turtu is rank 10. Rank 10 Durtu. That's it for his wizard stuff. Ability here. Growth for this 50 right now, huh? This doesn't do anything. We should at least add some ranks for the late captain or something. Just having a recruitment building is not good enough anymore, really. It hasn't been good enough for a long time, if you ask me. This one is the best upgrade first because of 20 extra growth. I'll go for this resource with training Gangte at the moment.
No, I will not shame my clan.
I think they designed Sister Alnor really poorly. It's boring as well. Should be one Sister Alnor per building for standard high elves, 2 for Alariel. Sometimes when I see those big red bars, I think I'm like at war with them. They're getting destroyed by Grom. We get money to join war, we get money for peace treaty. This could rank 10 there. Dryad Spy.
Oh my
This works
god.
these days on heroes,
You see
huh?
that shit?
7.
Via
87 leadership.
Ashka.
87 leadership. Are they for real?
Elm
87, huh? It might not apply until the start of next turn, though. Maybe it just won't work. 87. This one is inconsistent, huh? Used to just work on the Lord, but it might actually work on the start of next turn. Hey, Mercillian. Replenishment and monies. Is this an adjacency here? This is Karakazgaras or Repulse Karakazgaras. Four, 6, 5, or 4,000. This is the quest battle, and this is required to fight as greenskins, huh? So that Trikin and go see what Morgan is doing. Who's screaming? Ah, some elf. The spell singers and spell weavers do have master elemental winds. And what is the branch rate to Blanche troops? Why not? Why not? There's a attack ability here. You miss a 1 point lightning strike, feels so bad spending 3 points. Late evening with a cool Monster energy drink in hand, life's good. Not sponsored by Monster Energy. Imagine taking lightning strike in the year of our Lord 2024. Well, sometimes there's nothing else to take. To get the last skill point. Beast and poof. So they managed to break Young Stag. It used to work, that doesn't do anything anymore. 87 leadership. 114. Yeah. When they said own army, it doesn't work anymore, huh? There's one force that actually did something, now it doesn't do anything. It's like Wood Elf Solar don't have issues with Ancillars. I mean, the Ancillars are horrid, horrid. No, it's supposed to be active, showing on the army already. It's not an augment, it's just a ability. That's just a buff. Like discipline, you know. Now it updated. So it doesn't update in real time. God damn it, we'll get 3 more again. So it doesn't update until you move something else. That's even more annoying. Makes you wonder how many things in this game don't update like this, so you think it don't work. That's it shouldn't be like this. This is 47 speed, 37, 39. They really can't keep up on. Damage is rather poor to rely on them to kill anything. But, we're gonna have to see a situation where it actually matters. I'm gonna see if Morgul is alive. I'm gonna open diplomacy with the Empire and see what they do about what they do. When you look at this thing here, the usual. They do tend to roll potential. They have nobody to fight, so chance to fight us is high. Even there is nothing to gain. Fighting them we gain a lot, because they got usually quality and stuff. We get dirt rich and bells. I want Durdu to read me a bedtime story. This one has a really poor growth. we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna get Dulurik, give him 25 growth, and we're gonna skill him for even more growth.
Glade Lord.
When I grow up, I want to be a 3-man. Why 3-man? Why not a spell weaver?
Lady of the Azrael.
Another Arl's chosen.
Let the hunt begin.
Because girls are icky. Real life ones or the one or the all ones? What about the ones in Morris Dungeon? This is the ambush deck. 20 defense chance, 20 success chance, 8 leadership and 6 attack during ambushes. And there we have some of the best. It's, the ambush stance is very low cost and it's really hard to discover them. Let's get 5% speed for all armies.
Glade Captain present. No rest, no surrender.
We are looking for Morgur. What is going on? I just noticed something. Like, are my R's in like Morgur, Mordor, and stuff like sound like this? But I'm watching Rings of Power, and every time they're saying a word with R's, it sounds strange. Is this like how my R's sound like when they say like Region, Mordor? I don't know. It's like it's something. Feels like something off in that show when they say those names. Or Sauron. I don't feel safe here. Where the beastman at? Greenskin's at. How much will it cost us to get a bunch of dryads? Not much, really. At least not in the forest. Maybe we can get away with it without it. What? I'm definitely the weird one here, but that is why we love you. Calling, you're biased, man. You're biased. So some of the guys are going to Wales to play a tournament in Star Wars Unlimited, and a plane ticket to London is like under 100 euros. Well, a train ticket from London to Wales is almost as much. Since when are trains as expensive as airplanes? And Kemmler is doing something.
Say what?
Or doing nothing. 100% biased your way. What is going on in the world? We haven't even engaged in non-aggressions and nobody even declared war. A flight from Sofia to Berlin is 50 euro. A train from Berlin to Hamburg is 150 euro. What the fuck? That is insane. What happened to train tickets being like 15 or 20 euros? Where did it go all wrong?
Amethyst.
Train is like
knows.
one of the slowest ways to travel and it's supposed to be the cheapest way to travel. Why is it so expensive all of a sudden? Hey, Pearl, haven't you been this campaign? It's been progress, nothing. We started another campaign.
The forest calls. You dare to come before your true king?
Amethyst.
Like, the general feel of the Immortal Empire is that everything is happening so slow on the AI side of things.
Dark are these times, and dark.
You called? Before we begin, let us give thanks to our ancestors.
Thanks for money.
There is sense.
When I was watching Alien in the cinemas, I saw the trailer again for, I almost said it, the new Gladiator 2 movie. And I've been thinking about the Rome 2 ever since. Is that fucked up? One Scry has taken Carcassonne, and there's another army right next to it, damn. Maybe we should go through their armies and not around their armies. I do remember belining Reichland in the last Cal campaign. I don't want to pay 150 for that. Strongest clan Skryre. It looks like if we don't destroy that army, the Carcassonne is gonna go down. We ought to destroy this army.
Harbinger of doom. Be still, Sylvain. Let them speak.
They're gonna give us their entire treasury to help against Skryre.
if you desire it.
I have no military right now. If I don't destroy this one and threaten here a bit, they are lowering the forest health by being here.
In my halls,
I might get Orion against them as well.
speak your lies and be gone from Argwylon.
7,900, huh? Let's see how much is going to destroy the army.
Salute.
It looks like 3 armies in, maybe even 3 armies in the area. You know what I don't understand on the nuclear weapon here? It has 11,000 range damage, but it has 216 explosive damage. You use it on a unit like Dryads or Clan Raids and they go poof. But if you use it on a character, they don't even take any damage. But it has 11,000 range damage. I don't think even a direct hit does any damage to a character. The Doom Rocket should at least take half of the current health of the character when it hits them. Instead of just looking silly. One time I used the Doom Rocket on a siege tower. Nothing happened. That'd be such a cool interaction. So 1 or 2 Dryads will get killed by that Doom Rocket here. We do not need Wave Watchers for this fight. Wave Watchers do get killed by a Doom Rocket. We are just going to rush them here.
Fear the deep wood.
What's the strategy versus Doom Rocket? You just clench your teeth and you take it.
Great Captain! Battle ready.
Sometimes you might see it on time, but it's usually unavoidable. Ram is really weak against Aragro. The only thing they can do here is use a rocket. Ram is really aggressive. Yeah, there it comes. There it comes. They didn't even kill the Dryad. Buff Doom Rocket, it sucks. Not even one Dryad dead. Buff that shit.
Wind Weaver.
I didn't help here, they just got overrun here. Come on, Dur, to swing that sword. Missed. Kill the cards to get a little bit extra money. Not sure what's the cooldown for the Doom Rocket these days. What is the claw icon on the units? It's speed and damage at the cost of physical resist. So we are aggressive here. Works well because the Vanguard. Scryer has chosen a bad time to invade Carcassonne. Bad time. This one.
Our bows are yours.
We actually use the way we're watching this fight. I guess we can shoot him in the back. They could pop up the clan rats on us here. They don't have the armor to fight clan rats. We'll do it when they pop it the first time. This one doesn't have stock, huh? This charge is gonna really hurt me. No, the router.
Hand of the forest!
What happens when you have high aggro units Vanguard against low tier reds? Doesn't matter how many armies they have, they're all just gonna go down. One Pesica. there's another army inside the city, and they might be the last army. Crush entire Clan Sky military in a single turn.
Weapons loose! We are tireless! At once! Shoot! With haste! Quickly! At speed! For Isha! Master! Now! Straight away!
One day we'll have a bar on the icon showing reload times. So just guessing it.
Azray, attack!
It fills while you know, while they're reloading, so you know when to release the shot. Could be very useful if you're not using fire at will. Could be at the edge or the border of the fire at will icon to know where they can release a shot without waiting, so they can keep moving in between. Battles? What battles? Nuclear weapons? What nuclear weapons? Go for money. Single-handedly saved. Let's actually not even Icket Claw here. Oh god. Oh no. Well, it has to be this one. Zero variety. No Icket Claw here. Maybe Icket Claw is someone else. The Orcast for Lightning.
Talon of Kurnos! Target acquired!
I have the Wave Watchers included in the fight. I'll just spam them with Clan Red, so it's pointless to put them in the fight. We don't even need them.
Purge them! Hand of the forest!
Big fighter scamming characters here. Still doing warp lighting on top of the gate. What is Karambas think they're gonna fight Durtu there? With the two assassins with no AP against 110 armor, 20 feet wrist.
Battle ready.
PG3, 1st of October, Marshall. We start 1st of October.
Ready to serve. Fear everywhere. Rain destruction.
Quite a range for the warp lighting.
Awaiting orders. Fear the deep wood.
But it's over 3 weeks ago. Medical page for Warhammer 3 might not even be here in 3 years. Think about that for a second. Miracle page is just a myth, it's never coming. Yeah, I'm losing hope at this point. Used to mess around with that thing, now it's become reality. But what the CS says, was there more these days? Never say never. It's a Doom Flare, huh? You think warp points melt Durtu, but do barely any damage.
Yours to command.
It's supposed to be like a plasma of Fantasy Warhammer.
Forward mage! Here they come! Orders! Ratatash! The forest calls!
They don't wait more, we're end up fighting the rats. But they gotta do consecrate anyways. The menace in the area. It was a really nice experience this turn. Yeah, I'm hunting Morgul for trade. Because probably gonna attempt to get the crown and the sword. The only thing that can hurt us at that point are missiles. Dur doesn't have a missile resistance skill. They added some other stuff on the top. Well, let's clear the Hitler immediately. There was a lot of battles here and Hitler there. And because of this is actually our doubled. I really think we need to get an army in the forest here, because there's gonna be an event sooner or later. Something cheap. This one is already available for the tier next year. I guess I could have used the right to save some money as well. I mean the office thing, construction cost. Yeah, that's actually worth it. Use that next turn. Takes a while to recruit an army, so we'll just go slow here. We can get just streaking and get a skin of the woods, and it's gonna be an unkillable army. This really ought to be a local recruitment. Dur has these extra things on the top, and when they usually put extra things on the top, the first thing they remove is the generic skills like Word of Loic and Word of Hoet. Because it makes sense to have Spirit Hunter and Dur, right? It's a strong skill, but it makes zero sense to have this on Dur. Our army is crazy strong, so we'll just go for money at this point. dice here, but the Reds will come for it. Might as well put some guards in case they come with a poor army. This is a Icked Claw army somewhere, but it might have taken losses recently. This war with Icked Claw might have scored some points somewhere. Clan Angren is gotta be mad here.
You may speak your honeyed words, but I will see the fine.
They were looking to start a war, but they wanted money because Clan Sky had some military. Now they have no military, they'll join for no cost. This looks like threat. Extortion. Trade agreement. What the fuck, man? Like, where's the hostilities, man? Rank 12, rank 72. I'm not even opening diplomacy with them and they don't even care about hostilities. This is so sad. Should have threatened us for money already. I don't get it why we're getting that. We should not be getting missions in forests where we don't even have on the settlement. More gore, probably AFK. Where is the menace of Ataloran? This is strange. They didn't complete the ritual. Playing with officers to save some money. Trela Cloris construction costs. Saves us quite a bit here. This guy is also a constructor. I don't care about these two items. Potion of healing. And really sad gear on Durtu so far. This thing is much harder to kill than a branch raid. This is still better than the other one. First. Keep this one just because of the Glade Captain, but we're not gonna be recruiting another Glade Captain in a while. So at least she had to be judged. I don't know. Judge me. People could have sabotaged this campaign. It's not like it's just a regular campaign. I guess since you were not here, Strauchlin, now we're good.
My
Durtur 55555. This is the third Durtur campaign in Warhammer 3. Third official. Outside back and forth. Well, that's a lie, no? That's a lie. Check the YouTube playlists. We only played Durtur twice. Back and forth campaigns is not a really official Durtur campaign. But if you count back and forth campaigns, this is probably Durtur number 7 or 8.
Salutem.
Too many times. Durtur has a dear place, is a good place in my heart, Kugis. I know the Drake is just a superior faction. Or sisters.
Quat noctus valis putrida cor.
You know what? I'm gonna give trade to Orion. Yes, nicely. Wonder if that other faction will get tier 4 before we get the greenskins on them.
Glade Lord, at your service.
Oh, they actually have one infrastructure building. So where is Morgur?
Faxina alpha. Faxina.
God damn, I hope we would be visible. Might be moving towards Brion. Seems to be some kind of issue here. No doubt caused by the Shroud. But the corruption is a joke, Clay Bones. Like, everybody can remove corruption like it's nothing, and Chaos Corruption is a really bad joke. This one has high corruption because of the ruin. This is a proper amount of corruption. Meanwhile here, nothing. Zero. Makes no sense. It's like committing those events with the Slanesh and having no Slanesh corruption. It's a little messed up, really, what it is. The spell we were going here. Spell Singer. What did the Emperor even do here? Because they didn't attack us.
Glade Lord.
dark are these...
Belaga!
Somehow this faction is still not destroyed. I hope we find Morgr, but it looks like it's gonna be a vacuum at this point.
You should cook it alive. Oh, God, Mare.
Let's see what's going on in Badlands. Scar brand, more like sad brand. Elspeth's ordered blood.
You have thoughts on imperial matters?
Yes.
This will strengthen.
Sylvania is getting ganged up in the shroud. Whimpers are so sad. So sad. I guess if we had a Lord follow here, they would have done something else. Slowly is one of those factions that, as the AI, they need serious numbers to at least provide a good experience. But not only they don't have serious numbers, they are outnumbered by the enemies they are supposed to outnumber like 2 times. So Morgr is in Carcassonne. Yeah, that's Morgr. Wicked Claw going around. Well, we're not gonna have a drop on him now. It's not worth putting into a kindreds. It should not even cost kindreds. So why are they ranked 3? Branches. 21 turns, nobody declared war on us. I didn't even try to get diplomacy going with him. That's ridiculous.
You need me?
This one's never gonna attack us anyways.
We will see our homeland persist through all the coming ages. Yes.
Those guys went confederate with 3 battles against Greenskins. These guys also never declared war of cancel treaties.
This is Argwylon, home of the Oak of...
I thought the Elspeth would come to us and extort money or declare war, and you know what she did, Straklon? She offered trade agreement. Because you have a lot of resources. It's not like this, Firefox. It's because she started a war elsewhere. If she had no enemies, she would have extorted us instead. That used to be an illusion in my head, you know how this works, but it's trade is different these days.
The forest core. A traitor stands.
It's basically how likely you can trade with them as well.
The celestial
Because, for
college
example,
implores that I hear you. I remain
it's a combination of
unconvinced.
relations and how many trade agreements you already have. So, in case with Carl here, if you have a really large treasury, like let's say at this point 35,000 gold, they'll come to us and they're gonna ask some money. But they're never gonna open trade agreement and ask 6,500. It has to be some realistic amount, like below 3,000, unless a treasury is massive as well. If I like 200,000, they would come to us and ask a trade agreement, and only because it's a deal that we might do because of our current treasury. They would never ask it otherwise. It's how the diplomacy being asked towards the player every turn. So if something is open, the AI will try to ask for a treaty once a turn. And the main factor is relations in your treasury. If relations are good, they might even offer you money for it. If the relation is not good and you had good money, they'll ask money from you instead. It's kind of like, so, you know, the world is alive. Let's bother the player and offer some treaties, you know, give some illusion that, you know, they want to work with us. And it also helps you find the treaties without looking for them. But these days, it doesn't matter anymore. AI should not open diplomacy with the player, other than peace treaty maybe, because you have this. You see this? We see that we have trade available with Kazakhstan and Argwylon, the quick deal. But every now and then they're gonna try open diplomacy with us, and we have to, you know, just close it because we are in this case not gonna take it. They just waste their time.
All right.
Elspeth, instead of rolling a bad RNG, extorting money from us and declaring war, she decided to attack Vlad. She probably her desire for Vlad is way higher than attacking the player. And the reason she started a war with Vlad, she instead asked us for trade agreement. That's what happened there. And only because we had money. If we had no money, she would ignore the trade agreement as well. Because the AI will not ask you last your money for a treaty. It's a proportion of your treasury to missing relations. So you have to have really a lot of money for them to even offer such a deal. Beware! This will make decent foes aware of you. This used to be something, man. This used to be something. Now it's like, if you click this technology, you're going to fuck up AI expansion in the Shroud. Beware, the game has no difficulty. I like to see what's going on in the world, but it kind of sucks nobody's progressing because they're gonna lose the Shroud. But there's no player focus, so what does it matter? I only want Morgor on Durt. I'm going out of way to get him. Malfra controls the Oran camp. This is sacred pools controlled by the Wardens. Lariel Avalon. Witchwood is on the Sisters. Griffinwood under Draika. Gorse controls the Haunted Forest. And the Jungles of China under Wood Elves. This is a cool expansion. 30% lower upkeep for all forest spirits. It's really cool. We got dirt cheap armies. This is still showing things double here, huh?
Amethyst Guardian.
Well, now we fucked up everybody's bonus potential. This used to be really bad in Warhammer 2. In Warhammer 2, this was really, really bad. Because in Warhammer 2, what happens? You discover, let's say, Dark Elves. And Morathi declares war on you, now aggressor. And then you're at war with Morathi. And you know what she does? Invites Belegar to war, invites Elspeth to war, invites Reichland to war. And that actually helps with, you know, danger and overall difficulty of Warhammer 2, even if sometimes it didn't make much sense. At least they were trying actively to, you know, to sabotage you or undermine you. I'm starting to miss this shit, man, how bad this is. We're gonna have to bait Morgr on the settlement by ignoring the settlement defense. All units in Durtus' army are immune to all attrition. Not most, all. Immune to most attrition. Immune to all attrition. All. This army is suffering attrition due to the spoiler raiding by Morgr's Beastmen. Kinda like this one, so get more items. We do have a lot of characters in the armies. 10% more money from battles and 50% magic item drop chance. This is actually a lot, 50% on a single technology. This one is a strong tech, but doesn't do much for us except for garrisons. Yeah, better again, Abdi? No, it's the same, they just got more. Which, you know, some people might actually be better. Depending what faction you play, I guess. I guess you could say it's different. And different, you know, in this sorcery game is better. Extort? Trade probably. They pay us a lot of money. Fuck off. Declare war. God damn. Why didn't he went to raise Carcassonne? We were hidden. To resolve he's all the back. Ryan is going crazy on Scryer. Just inconvenient going back and forth trying to get it. This one is what? Not really what loading cost. We actually saved the Enchantress here by destroying all those Scryer military. Belegar has been AFK with multiple armies for several turns. I guess Karakate Peaks can wait.
Iron Hammer.
Has a nearby enemy but is completely ignoring him with insane military. I bet you anything nearly that the AI behavior just randomly breaks in the game. And every now and then the game makes a check to see if the behaviors are working and then tries to fix it. But it fails with some factions. That's why they start doing back and forth behavior in the AFK. Script is broken somewhere, no doubt. It's been a year now. I've seen this issue in Warhammer 2 with recruitment sometimes. You only see it in a long campaign, pay attention. So basically what will happen is dwarf army would capture a city. It's a real, let's say, like a truly elite army captures the city. Let's say Karak Nor. I think they actually have a Karak Nor. And instead of just ending the turn, they merge the units, fuck up their composition, queue global recruitment. Next turn they will be full strength with a truly elite army. Let's say 10 iron breakers, 5 flame cannons, and 4 gyros. And they take the city, and let's say the city had some damage, they're taking some damage, and they merge. And they lose a couple of units because of the merge. Next turn they would have been full strength. And they start the global recruitment. They recruit a couple of units, and they either cancel the process or get rid of those units and queue other units. And it creates a loop which makes them just stay in the settlement forever. This is probably one of the reasons they didn't use the patched Warhammer 2 AI where they would replace units in the army. So you see turn 24 here with Elspeth walking around with archers, spearmen, and free company militia. Proceed. Instead of tier 3 troops. And this is beyond absurd because they are AFKing. They have nothing better to do. They could literally replace all their shit units with top tier quality. They do have the funds on Legendary, they don't do it. This is probably the worst thing about the Wood Elves, if you ask me. This is Beastmen. They're always Beastmen here, it's rigged. I'm pretty sure it's always Beastmen. I mean Beastmen, the greenskins, so you can confederate them without any effort. But this is the stupid thing. Look at this. I just got a mission. Three battles against the Skaven. And we can confederate Sister Twilight. You can actually do this mission while don't even know if they exist in the game. So you don't know about them, you never met them. You defeat Skaven 3 times, you get entire faction in Magical Forest. This is so lazy done, these missions for confederations. You know, I'm starting to really hate it. Somewhat, you know, a little bit more effort for Torgon and Vidriod, you know, would make sense, but Orion and the rest of them, we should really do something extra from Confederation, or play with relations instead of just the usual stuff. It's really messed up how these missions work. Because we attack Clan Scryer here and do 3 battles, and we get Sister Twilight with no effort. You know, sometimes you don't plan to do it, it just happens. It's almost like there should be some kind of mission or mechanic where you have to put some more effort into it to confederate them instead of just happening with these trivial missions. Seems so lazy, done, and cheap. It's taking away from uniqueness of the Wood Elf campaigns. It's like, it's okay if you don't confederate everybody. Just make the settlements larger and have more depth and going taller. I would totally be alright if Durthu just has Warful Palace and never another settlement. Why does everybody have to confederate? Now with the introduction of the Deeps, Wood Elves are probably the next one to get this mechanic. Just make the Wood Elf settlements go really tall. They are the one that fits the best for this, even better than Dwarves, instead of all this confederation spamming. We got Morgor. Just as I wanted him. Morgor is gone, and we get 15 missiles in Durthu. That's one of the best stats to get in Durthu. I think we oughta help Orion clear Scryer here before we can do other stuff. I'll say this settlement makes no sense, but it kills the Argwylon faster. We need to get an alliance with Carcassonne to fix this. I guess it makes more sense to us to get this settlement on.
I serve the Lady of the Lake.
So I can't give them Castle Carcassonne for this shitty settlement. Well, because it's their capital. Basement raised this one, but they're ignoring it. This guy's gone. Okay, anyways, boys, I'm gonna have to interrupt here. I'm gonna go into AFK mode. I'll be back later. Not sure when. Hopefully not too long. And we'll play more. Probably not Durthu. Maybe we play Vlad. Vlad or Taliman or Malaki. Definitely one of these three. I'll see you guys later.